Hello and welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, you will learn how to use the INTERSECT operator to combine two or more select statements to form a single result set. The INTERSECT operator returns all rows from both result sets. Also, the number of columns that appears in the participating select statements must be the same, must be equal. So if you've got 4 columns in the first select statement, you should have 4 in the second select statement. Also, the data type should be the same. Let's have a look at the syntax or how you would implement an INTERSECT operator. So this is the syntax, quite straightforward. You start by specifying the first select statement and you specify the columns you are going to use from that first statement. You then apply the INTERSECT operator once you've specified the table from the first select statement, and then you write the second select statement and also specify the columns to be used in the second select statement, and then you specify the table from the second select statement. So the columns must match. If you've got 2 columns specified in the first statement, you must also have 2 columns specified in the second statement. Also, the data types must match. To illustrate how the INTERSECT operator works, I'm going to show you using a couple of tables from the DVD rental sample database. This database here, it has 15 tables. So I'm just going to click on the plus sign to expand the tables. The tables I'm going to write the queries for is going to be 2 tables. I'm going to use the customer table. It has 10 columns, and I'm also going to use the staff. There's a table called staff here, and this has 11 columns. So both tables have, sizable amount of columns. When you are specifying the columns, they must match. So you can see there's quite a few columns that match from this table. You've got the customer ID from the customer table. That doesn't actually match. So the matching columns are store ID. You've got the store ID here from the staff table, and you've got the store ID here from the customer table. You've got the first name, last name, email from the customer table. And if I come over here to the staff table, you've also got the first name, last name, and email. You've got quite a few here, few columns that do match. So there's quite a few columns you can use to participate in this INTERSECT join. But I'm going to use just 1 column from each of the table. I'm going to use the store ID from the customer table and the store ID from the staff table. But you can feel free to experiment and use multiple columns from either table, because both tables have more than 1 columns in common. So you can practice by using more than 1, but the illustration I'm going to show you is just going to be with the 1 column. So I'm going to right click on the table and just go query tool to open up the query window. So I'll start with the first select statement. I'll do a select, and I'm going to use the store ID from the customer table. So I'll type in store underscore ID, that will be the column, and then I specify the name of the table is called customer. Then I apply the INTERSECT operator. Then I write the query for the second select statement and table. So this is the second select statement. Again, I'm using the same column type, which is store ID. From name of the table is called staff. So if I just expand that a bit, so that's basically our INTERSECT operator setup. So let me run that, and it will combine the result of the first and second into one. So this is the actual output from the combination of these two select statements. So that is it. In this lecture, I explained how to implement the INTERSECT operator. Many thanks for watching, and bye.